This video will talk about business process and document management. Business process is a visual presentation of how the work getting done within a team, within an organization, or among different organizations. And document is the references or the supporting artifacts of executing or implementing the business process. Both the business process and document cannot be stand still. They are interrelated. The business process is focused on the process steps, workflow oriented. The documents is providing the informations, and both of them are important to the organizations. This video will talk about how to use the business process visual architects, modular additions, and the teamwork server advanced additions to achieve the business process and document design within the same central repository. Today, I will talk about three things. The first is drawing the business process model. The second is process and documents management. And then I will talk about manage process and documents. And I will use the PowerPoint as a guideline to describe some concepts and some ideas. And then I will switch to the business process visual architect to do the demonstrations. Let's start talking about drawing business process model. And there are 5 important things you need to know about drawing business model. And the business process visual architect implement the BPMN business process modeling notation standard. And there are basic constructs you need to know before we proceed. And first things we talk about is the participant. In BPMN, and you can model who participate in the business process by who and links. In this example, we have an ABC company as our company, and then we have a sales department and accounting departments. So you can use this to model who participate in the process. And I will show you how to draw the pool and links very soon. And also the task. The task is representing the works need to perform. The works could be performed by a human or performed by machines or performed by human with the assistance of the software or of the computer software. So the task is representing what you need to do. And there is a data objects. Data objects is used to represent the data of the business process. And usually the data is something that support the process, or the data is something that the task will be generated. In this example, we have a process order task, and the process order task will generate the order to in the process point of view. And in business process model, we also have the decisions, the gateway. You can use the decisions to model the gateway. You can use the gateway to model the decision in your process. And for example, the amount is greater than 10,000. If no, then we will go to arrange delivery. If the amount is more than 10,000, we need to request deposit from the customer before we can arrange the delivery. And the event is representing something happened. You can use the event in different way. This is one of the very common way to use the event. Is used to model the scheduling of the business process. Like every Monday, we have issue the invoice to the customer. Okay, let's show you how to draw the business process model. And this is the business process visual architect modular additions. And just in case you are not familiar with the business process visual architect, I will just do very quick introductions. The business process visual architect is a business process modeling tools which allows you to draw the business process and also to generate the documentations and work with the teamwork server, the central repository. We will talk about these things later on. And the business process visual architect, after you start, you will see the toolbar on the top. You can do some common things like create projects, save projects in the Business Process Visual Architect. And also you can create a diagram by just go to the business and create the diagrams directly. And on the left hand side there is a diagram navigator to show what's inside the projects. And on the bottom part, we usually will use the documentation pane to write down the documentations of the shapes. And in the biggest center part is the diagramming area. You can start draw the diagrams in the center part. Okay, let's start by drawing the pool. And we create a pool. Assume we have the ABC company is our company, and this representing our organizations. And you can draw another pool to represent your customer or the third party like the customer. And since we don't care about the process inside the customer, so we can right click the customer and set it as a black box. When you set it as a black box, you see the name is printed in a horizontal one rather than a vertical. And we can continue to draw our diagrams. And under our company, we are not just see the whole company as one unit. Usually we will have a different departments. We can create a link, say this is a sales department, and also we can create another link, this is the account department. So you can create a link to represent different departments of your organizations. And after you create a pool and links, the next step is to start to draw the process. The first things we will start by placing the start event. You can put the start event in the blank and then drag and drop to create the task, and just create a task, say process order. And you see I just need to use the icon surrounded by the task to draw the diagram rather than going back and forth to the toolbar, to the diagram, toolbar and diagrams. So I can continue. After process order, I can check the sales order amount, and this is the gate weight. If you remember, we saw it before. And if this is greater than, if the amount is greater than 1,000, we will request less than 10,000, we will just arrange delivery. So arrange delivery. And if this is less than 10,000, something like that. And if this is more than 10,000, we move to the account department. That's to request deposit. And if this is more than 10,000, something like that. So you can model the gate weight to model the decision through the gate weight. And if you can also put the start event. For example, for the accounting department, we have the start event. We can place the timer event. Say every Monday, and every Monday we will prepare the invoice, so we will send the invoice. And you can see this is independent from this start event. It is this send invoice will be triggered for every Monday to send the invoice to customer, so we can develop our business process, further develop anything. And by the way, one thing we haven't mentioned is the data objects. For example, the process order, let me just give some space. To process order, you can use the resource to create a data object with the data association we just create. This is the order. Then you can say the sales order will create the process order will update the order objects like this. And the order objects is logical. And later on in these demonstrations, in this video, I will show you how to relate or how to reference a real documentations with the data objects. Okay, after introduce the business process modeling, let's move on about the process and documents management. And we're talking about the management, it should have the central repository. So a good central repository should help you to manage both the process and the documents, the files. And again, the process is focused on how the team operate, and the document is something that supports the operations. For example, the operation manual, the sales order form, or something like that. And the central repository should help you to keep the revisions. And what it means by revisions? It means by when you keep changing your design, keep changing both the process and the documents, and when you commit the change to the server should help you to keep the every revisions of your changes. A good repository will just keep the difference, just keep the delta, rather than keep every revisions as a single files. And if you don't have the repository to help you to manage the process and document, what you most likely will do is you will keep renaming the documents to, say, the design_1, design_2, design_3. So you will keep a lot of copy of the same file, and unfortunately you don't have any connections within them. You cannot compare what is the changes from the version 1 to the version 10. But if you have a good central repository like our Teamwork server, we will help you to keep the revisions for every change, and also will help you to compare the changes. And like this diagram, we can compare your design change side by side. And also a good process and document management environment should allow you to do a concurrent access. Concurrent access means you don't need to worry about when you're changing the diagrams, when you're changing the process, or when you're changing the files, because the repository will help you to manage, to control the revisions. So you don't need to and send an email to everybody, I'm going to change the process. You just need to check out the projects in local, make change, and commit to the server. And just in case and someone else also made the change of the same elements as you, then the server will detect the conflict and then will tell you that there is another person's have the same changes. Do you want to keep your change or use their changes? So the the document management system should configure with this one. And our Teamwork server advanced editions provide above features. The Teamwork server is a central repository to keep the process and the files. And the Teamwork server will help you to keep the revision from the process and the files. And you can check it back. You can check out the older versions, earlier versions from the server with just few mouse click. So you don't need to worry about rename the file and keeping the backup by yourself, because everything are in central repository. And also the Teamwork server is a VPN friendly or even the internet friendly. And nowadays, most of the team are working across different countries. It's very common that you have the server hosted in headquarters, and everybody in different branches, they can check out the things, they can commit the things through the VPN. And our communication between the server and client is a pure HTTP protocol. That means you don't need any special configuration like open the port, like configure the firewall rules in order to make use of the Teamwork server. It should be go through the VPN or proxy anything's firewalls without any special configurations. So it is very helpful and very efficient protocol for a large team to manage the projects in distributed manner. Okay, let's going to show you how to use the BPV and the Teamwork server to manage the process and document. What I'm going to do from now is I will show you how to import the projects into the server, and then I will show you how to add the files to the repository, and then how to reference the file in the data objects or any task, and then I will show you how to commit the change, and then I will fire up another business process to demonstrate and other persons in your team who will use that to check out the projects, and both of you and the new team member can see things without sending email back and forth. Okay, let's see how it works. Okay, let's come back to the business process visual architect model additions. To import the projects to server is very easy. You just go to the team and click the open teamwork clients, and then you can input the host. And for easy to demonstrate, I have the teamwork server in the local host, and just input the name, say this is a John at visual-paradigm.com, and input the password and click OK. And then I've logged into the server. Then I can just click import projects, and I can give the name ABC company process, something like that, or I can use the space. And I can also select who will have the permissions to read and update. I select Mary and click OK. And then we will send the project to the server and click open. Okay, now I'm working on a project that in a teamwork server. I can make the change and commit. Okay, I would like to show you how to share the process with the documents together. And in the left bottom corner, we have a teamwork files tab. You can add the files. It is a simple file manager. You can add a files. I can add a files, a folder. Let's go to the documents. I add the purchase order by wire transfer, and I just add. Then it will copy to the server, copy to the repository path here. I have the purchase order by wire transfers, and I would like to use the order to reference to this PDF. So what I need to do is I just need to click the reference icon, add files, and then we will add the files. We can go to the project file folder and go to the purchase order by wire transfer. I click OK and click OK. Then we will have the order reference to the PDF. How can I prove? When you move the mouse and click the reference, and you can see the PDF is here. I just click to open the PDF as a reference. Okay, now I have done my change, and then I want to share my change, commit my change to the server. I just click the team again and click the commit. Then it will commit the change to the server. I can preview what I have changed. I add a reference and I add a files to the server. I just click OK. Then it will send the change to the server. Okay, I've done my part, but how to prove it works? Let me just close my business process visual architect and start it again. I start with another member called Mary. And this is a different workspace. Different workspace is representing they are in different persons. So it is a brand new environment without any connections. So assume I'm Mary. I want to check out John's change. I just open the teamwork clients and log in again, localhost. I put in my email as a username and input the password and click OK. Then I see there is an ABC company process in the server. I just select this one and click OK and open projects. Then it will open the projects to me. Then you will see the diagram is show up, and this is the process diagram. So I see John's projects without checking the email, copying file from the network drive or things like that. And the most important thing is if I have a reference in the order, the purchase order by wire transfer, I just need to click and you can see I can have the files here. And same for me, if I make the change on process, include more files, etc. I just commit to the server, then John can get the same thing as me. Okay, let's take a look what's the products I'm used to demo in this video. In the client side, I use the Business Process Visual Architect BPVA modular editions. It includes business process diagrams, and it is a team collaborations, and the BPMN BPVA modular editions also have the file playing for you to interact with the repository. The BPVA itself cannot be the repository, but it has the interface to you to access the file repository. And the cost of the BP modular editions is just $99 US. or you can purchase the products with the maintenance, with 1 year maintenance. It's just $118. And our maintenance includes all the technical support and also the versions upgrade. For example, you got the Business Process Visual Architect 4.2 to date, and we got 4.3 3 months later. You are entitled to get the 4.3 without any charge because you have the maintenance on it. And you can purchase our products online through credit card, by check, or by wire transfer. You can visit our online store www.visual-paradigm.com/shop/bpva.jsp. And the other products I'm using today is the Teamwork Server Advanced Editions. The Teamwork Server Advanced Editions can keep the revision for the process, and it also can keep the revision for the files. And the Teamwork Server is a very simple license model. You just need to purchase one server and you have unlimited connections. And you just need to buy the 99 US modular editions you can connect to the Teamwork Server. And the Teamwork Server Advanced Editions is just $2,999, or you can purchase 1 year maintenance with the product with around 3,600. It includes the upgrades and technical support. And same as BPVA, you can purchase with online credit card, by check, and by wire transfer. And please visit the online store, our home site /shop/vpts.jsp. And by the way, this Teamwork Server Advanced Editions will be released on late or middle to late of September. So in today's, if you're watching the video today, this is August 15, then you don't have this server to purchase in our website. Please contact our sales team or support team. We will tell you the details. And thank you very much for watching this video. Have a good day.